the undefeated phenom. He said that he sparred Canelo Álvarez. And he hit Canelo Álvarez with his best shot. His best shot. This is a power puncher. Yeah, he's smaller than Canelo Álvarez, but let me further explain. Canelo Álvarez didn't feel nothing. Nothing. And some of y'all gonna be like, but yo, that's Virgil Ortiz, he's smaller. Canelo Álvarez didn't feel nothing with Triple G. Canelo Álvarez didn't feel nothing versus Kovalev. Kovalev killed the man in the ring. Canelo Álvarez didn't feel nothing with Danny Jacobs. Canelo Álvarez wasn't even demoralized by Dimitri Bivol. He just got outboxed. He didn't hurt Canelo Álvarez. Canelo Álvarez, you see how we say Iron Mike Tyson? Well, Canelo Álvarez has an iron chin. Terence Crawford. And also, put it this way, also, after the fight with Jermell Charlo and Canelo Álvarez, and I spoke to Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo basically said that, yo, Canelo Álvarez couldn't feel my punches. I hit Canelo Álvarez with 2 left hook and he didn't even feel nothing. Jermell Charlo was Iron Man Jermell Charlo. The 154-pound undisputed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's not active right now, but we all know he was an undisputed, a knockout artist that got all his belt by knocking out every opponent to become undisputed, ladies and gentlemen. Canelo Álvarez has gotten hit with the most devastating punches in his generation, 175 and 160. Fought the likes of Kirkland that was known for power.
Floyd Mayweather fired back at Roy Jones Jr., calling him a loudmouth and accusing people of blindly believing whatever the media presents without knowing the truth. He stressed that his life and career were built on struggles and relentless hard work, not just the glamorous image seen on television. Mayweather made it clear that critics like Roy have no real understanding of the challenges he has overcome.
So you give that edge to Canelo, because in boxing, youth is a commodity. Height. Canelo is 5 feet 7 inches tall. Terence Crawford is 5 feet 8 inches tall. So you give the slight edge to the Terence Crawford. The reach. Canelo is 70 inches tall. Terence Crawford is 74 inches tall, which gives him an almost 4-inch reach advantage. Their weight. Canelo is a middleweight, and Bud is a lightweight middleweight. Canelo is 32-2, 39 knockouts. Bud is 41-0, with 31 knockouts. Canelo's last fight was a victory over William Skull. It was a decision on May 3rd, 2025. Bud last entered the ring on August 3rd, 2024, when he defeated Israel Madrimov.
Roy Jones Jr. stirred controversy by claiming that Floyd Mayweather would not be able to beat Sugar Ray Leonard in the ring. His comments sparked heated debate among fans and analysts over the contrasting styles and skill sets of different eras. Jones argued that Leonard's combination of speed, power, and adaptability would present serious problems, suggesting that even Mayweather's trademark defensive mastery might not be enough to overcome such a versatile and relentless opponent.
The in and out. I mean, a lot of fighters getting stick now for being runners, Tom and Jerry and whatnot. That's what you're good at. Terence Crawford is an exceptional talent. He's won titles through the weights, undisputed at, 3 weights now. And listen, if anyone can do it, it's him. I think the weight will be too much of an issue. Canelo is a special talent. I think the weight will play a factor in the fight. But listen, Canelo once done it and made the two middleweight. I would like Crawford to be more at light middle and middle to build into it. But you take these opportunities when they come, and that's what greatness is. Chasing.
Yeah, and I've heard that before. Like, some people said you see him at 154, he fought a Madrimov, and he thought, I'm not sure got touch. Obviously, it's 2 different fighters. But why do you think he should have probably taken another fight, maybe at 160 or maybe another one at 168?
He needs to build into it a bit. I think the fight with Madrimov was his first fight at
154.
At 154, and listen, he's still developing and growing into that weight. He could have done with a couple more there, then moved up to 160, but it's all being done as a bit of a rush. So he's not going to be fully. He's got enough time to put the muscle on to build into the weight, and he's obviously going to do it with the intention of getting back down to 154 and taking on other challenges. So it's not a long-term goal for him to stay there. But like I say, Terence Crawford is an exceptional talent. Watching him beat a good friend of mine, Ricky Burns, and it's like since that day my ears pricked up and I took notice. And every time Terence Crawford boxed, I watched.
Analysts argue that Roy Jones Jr. should move on from his feud with Floyd Mayweather, noting it's clear the fight will never happen. They point out that Mayweather has shown no interest in facing him and that prolonging the back and forth serves little purpose. Instead, they suggest Roy focus on cementing his legacy and pursuing other ventures, rather than chasing a matchup that is highly unlikely to materialize.
You have to break some things down in perspective here. First and foremost, Terence Crawford is very strong. 147 pounder. He's not a regular guy. He's not a regular 147 pounder. Another thing is, he's a determined fighter. That guy's a winner. He's cut from the same cloth, Andre Ward's, the Floyd Mayweather. So you only get certain fighters that come across in a decade that have that kind of aura, that kind of determination to win. Now, we want to break it down fundamentally. Don't get me wrong. Canelo is a strong fighter. You know, he's proven himself. He got a great chin. Fought some of the best fighters that you can ask for, but he's not that much bigger if you ask me. They're about the same size and height. Now, don't get me wrong, he's a little bit wider, he's a little bit, paused, thicker, right? Like, as far as his frame goes. But we gotta be honest here, man. He's not like we're fighting Bennett this year, okay? We're fighting a guy that can still get his jab off, he can still use his footwork, he can still use his defense to go ahead and evade some of his punches. You know what I mean? So, Terence Crawford, if anybody, if Canelo goes in there and underestimates Crawford's, that could be a mistake. Okay? It only takes a few pounds of pressure to hurt a guy. You don't need to be that big of a guy to hurt a guy. So, you know, at the end of the day, Crawford is a threat as well. If Canelo goes in there and overestimates his weight and his size, I've seen bigger guys get knocked out, the smaller guys in the gym all the time with headgear on. So we have to just take it.
Floyd Mayweather's career stands as a testament to sustained excellence, marked by unmatched defensive skill, adaptability, and consistency throughout his prime. Regardless of whether one agrees with his approach, his accomplishments are undeniable. Roy Jones Jr.'s recent remarks, possibly driven by emotion over Floyd's comments about Muhammad Ali, have been viewed by many as crossing a line. Questioning Mayweather's entire legacy, given the scale of his achievements, comes off as unnecessarily personal. Even if Roy disagrees with Floyd's take on boxing history, critics argue there are more constructive ways to respond. In the eyes of the public, Mayweather has already cemented his status as one of the sport's all-time greats, and attacking that legacy risks overshadowing any valid points Roy may be trying to make.
I like that.
I ain't gotta like him, but respect me.
I agree.
You know?
Last one. I know it's been talked about, it's brought up. When I was looking online, I just couldn't believe the back and forth with Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr. I don't like the debate. You know, to me, they're legendary, they're Hall of Famers. I don't understand this beef. I mean, what do you think about it overall?
Beef is beef, man. Smoke is smoke.
Okay.
Watch each other, man. I don't know why everybody act like they so shocked. This is who I don't like. Hell, beef is beef, man. And everybody got their egos and. You know, Floyd posted that story where he showed Roy Jones getting knocked out, and then Roy said what he said, and it was like, now it's beef. So, hey, best way to handle beef is to fight.
That's what Tom said. Let him fight. Let him fight.
Hey,
An exhibition of that.
all my beef. Let's fight, goddamn. I can hit somebody.
So if I had to bet the house, who would I bet on? Mayweather or Roy Jones Jr. if that fight actually did happen?
I have seen Mayweather train, and I was in Dubai with him on one of the exhibition fights. And I tell you that Mayweather can come back and fight professional against some of the best men in the world right now. So.
From Roy Jones Jr.'s perspective, Floyd Mayweather's career is as much a masterclass in brand management as it is in boxing skill. While he acknowledges the value of an undefeated record, he questions its depth when weighed against the level of risk taken. Roy argues that Floyd's path was carefully crafted to avoid the most dangerous opponents, favoring fights that could be both controlled in the ring and marketed outside of it. This strategy, he suggests, creates an image of perfection without always proving dominance over the toughest available challengers. To Roy, true greatness is forged in risk, stepping in against those who could genuinely beat you and still finding a way to win. Though he respects Floyd's craft, He believes the marketing machine around him has elevated his reputation beyond what pure competition alone might have achieved.
About Floyd Mayweather Jr., finally, as the two of these incredible fighters have been going back and forth in the media, trading barbs, trading insults. But as people listen and look, one thing that stands out to me is that you guys must have really forgotten how great fighter Roy Jones Jr. was at his peak. When you look at Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s whole career, you see a perfect career, incredible fights, no losses. But what you won't see is any time in his career where he was as good and as dominant at his peak as Roy Jones Jr. was. Roy Jones Jr. was one of the best fighters, pound for pound, #1 fighter in the sport of boxing for over a decade, and he deserves respect for that. Now, specifically about what Floyd Mayweather Jr. had to say and the insult that he had about Muhammad Ali, that's what is at the root of Roy Jones Jr.'s problem with Floyd Mayweather Jr. Because Floyd Mayweather Jr., despite how great he is absolutely positively an egomaniac, seemingly incapable of giving other people their credit. If you can't give credit to Muhammad Ali as being one of the top 5 fighters of your lifetime, Floyd, stop it. You know full well that he is a better fighter than Roberto Duran and that you are just being petty and insulting about the man. And I applaud Roy Jones Jr. for checking Floyd Mayweather on that. And he isn't the first person to check Floyd about that. Mike Tyson said the same thing. Floyd is just an incredibly gifted person in the ring, but outside the ring, I think it's kind of hard to find anybody that's a bigger jackass than Floyd Mayweather.
Gabe Rosado, a seasoned veteran in the boxing world, weighed in on the potential showdown between Terence Crawford and Canelo Álvarez, expressing doubts about Crawford's ability to hurt the Mexican champion. While Rosado praised Crawford's technical skill, movement, and precision, he stressed that those qualities may not be enough against a fighter as strong and physically imposing as Canelo. He noted that Canelo has taken punches from some of the sport's hardest hitters without faltering, which casts serious doubt on Crawford's power at the higher weight. In Rosado's view, the disparity in strength and durability would be one of the greatest obstacles Crawford would face in this matchup.